Hey guys. So I hope you're all well and doing good. So today's topic is on you know just the hot topics, new topics, and everything that's been going on in between. Yeah. So if you guys have anything to chat about, put it in the live, for sure. Don't hesitate. So yeah, we're just here to chat, and I'm here to to bring to you guys all the exciting news that's been going on. So much exciting stuff like yeah, the games mixtape. Once again, I just want to keep thanking you all for being on it, for me to be on it and to have this opportunity, but you guys have made it possible, because of all this support that you guys have given me, I guess, over the last couple of years, sharing my stuff, just always being so supportive, listening to my music, and being 100. So I do appreciate that, a lot. And so yeah, that's basically been in the works. And so if you guys still keep on sharing, it means so much. um, I have, so what I wanted to talk about, I guess, because a lot of people are feeling this today, is, the lockdowns, which could be future lockdowns. So I was actually on a live on Instagram the other day, and everyone was like, oh, the elections are coming up, and everyone was sort of like debating on the elections. In the US. And what's going on, for example, in Europe, though, is that like we have got, I guess, other issues as well. Is like this lockdown and curfew stuff that's been going on, and so people were online, from Ireland and the UK and stuff like that. And what I did, I guess notice was that everyone's getting this sort of curfew thing happening again. And so the curfew means that we have to be home by 9. And a lot of people like, oh, it's totally, just for the restaurants to close and things like that. And I don't know if I have, a specific opinion on it, because I can't speak on behalf of the restaurants and things, because they're still open, and perhaps maybe that could be something that has driven the COVID to circulate again, within the populations. But I think for me, like, the problem is, I would rather, to be honest, just have like, I don't know, a 1 week, 2 week lockdown, just full lockdown, full quarantine, and no one leaves the house. And then that's the way that, we slow the curve. So what happened, for example, in France, is that as soon as we finished lockdown, everyone got let out. And things started to open up as normal again, and we were in the summertime, so people were going to go, obviously travel, things like that. But we were sort of just recommended to wear masks, but not like forced to wear masks and things like that. So obviously the virus then started circulating again, and then during the summer, got worse. So it's just been really hectic for every industry. Not only artists, but restaurants, bars, every industry actually in the world has been hit like so hard by this COVID. And I know in the US, you guys are focusing more so, I guess, on elections and things like that. Um, but yeah, we have major curfews. These lockdown laws have been happening. For instance, I'm in France, and everybody in France is just locked down. So yeah, I know in England as well. I've been speaking to a couple of people about this as well, like in interviews and stuff. And that basically, my flight, I bought um, three, so I bought like two flights, basically, and like the third one was just automatically cancelled. But I've tried getting two flights to Sydney, back home to Australia for the end of the year, and the companies have cancelled these flights. So it wasn't actually, the Australian government saying, oh, we're going to cancel your flight. It's actually the company saying we're not going to go to Sydney. able to go back to Australia, before next year, for example. Um, Even though in the news yesterday, Australia time, they announced that perhaps they'd be looking into having a less strict quarantine. So I don't know what the quarantine is like, wherever you guys are from and stuff, but the quarantine, and drop it in the comments, wherever you're from, and let us know, what's your lockdown laws, your quarantine laws, your mask obligatory or not. But in Australia, um, it's super strict quarantine, like going to an actual hotel that's guarded by army people. For 2 weeks, we actually can't move, go out, see anyone, actually go out of our hotel room. So, and as of the 12th of July, the quarantine, you had to pay $3,000 if you wanted to come back to Australia and get quarantined. So, um, it's kind of like basically telling us like not to come back. But I was still okay because I'd bought my ticket before the 12th of July, but then the airline company cancelled it. So I've been like, a bit upset, but I guess everyone's living through it, like in the world, and obviously people are going through worse things. So, I always feel blessed and humble, to at least, have a roof over my head and be doing what I love still, be doing rap, music, dancing. So that's awesome. Um, and as well, it's given me time to reflect and think, okay, well, how am I going to work this music thing out? So, I've been going into the studio, a lot more. Been really like vocal training at the moment. So I just, bought a keyboard as well. My vocal coach recommended me just to get one, and it's true. So I can have one at home. And just keep practicing. So that's what I'm doing. And that's what I've always been like. I've been like, okay, well, may as well, we're locked down. So may as well just, um, practice, get on the piano, vocal train, get into the studio, work on stuff like that, get online, hustle online, basically, is what it's about these days, and for a lot of industries is back to Australia and things like that, especially because, as I said, like I'm not in the worst position. People are going through much worse things in the world, and there are more, dreadful things in the world happening. So I always try to keep, um, try to keep basically, humble and happy that I can keep doing music. And yeah, so if you guys are artists out there as well, I think you know how it feels. But that's, basically on Hot Topics, like that's what I've been trying to not listen to as well, because we listen to it all the time, this COVID, this COVID, this COVID, and it can really like mess with your mind. So to be honest, I don't have a TV. Like I don't live with a TV. I haven't lived with a TV for the last, I don't know, 8 years, like maybe. Like, yeah, I left home and I was like, I don't need a TV anymore. So, throughout uni and now since I've been in France and obviously on the cruise ships, like, yeah, I haven't lived with a TV. So I try not to get too into the news, because it's good to be on top of what's going on. But when you just hear about COVID all the time, it's just like, whoa. And I know that in the US, you guys in the US as well, have got so much going on, not let alone with COVID, but with these elections, which are super important. And I do encourage everybody to go vote. I mean, it's super important, to go out there to vote. Um, Everyone fought for voting rights for so long, for women or for people or for, so everyone's been fighting for rights to vote. So, guys, go out there and give it a vote. It's super important. Actually, it's funny because in Australia, voting is mandatory. So it's like everybody gets their say and gets a vote and gets to vote. But yeah, I mean, in France, it's like the US. You don't need to go vote, and voting's calculated like a little bit differently. But I do encourage you guys, to go vote. I know everyone's got a lot of stuff going on, with everything, but yeah. So anyway, I think that's a little bit of a wrap up, and I think, like, my final thoughts on this week, and on this month, and on how I'm surrounded and supported by beautiful people, um, all my fans, and just have such beautiful interactions with everyone. I will get onto doing a concert soon again. That's on my checklist. I do want to get around to doing that, but I'm in the works for new tracks and new freestyles and things like that, and a lot of content coming up. And website makeovers and things like that. So that's basically what is happening on my end at the moment and for this month coming up. So yeah, I encourage you guys to stay tuned. It means the world. I do hope you guys are well. If you're new here, don't swipe, subscribe below, and like this video, share it and subscribe, so then when I release my freestyles, my new tracks, you guys will be the first to see it. But of course, I put all my news as well on Insta. So the handle is at Audie B at Audie B official, Instagram.com/ at Audie B official. And yeah, I post everything there. I try to reply to everybody who comes through in my DMs, and I appreciate all the love that's out there. So whatever's going on with you guys, I hope you guys are all safe. I hope you're doing very well, and we'll tune in for next week's story time. Fitness, healthcare, living green, living happy, and always smiling. So yeah, take care, and thanks for being here, and good luck, and stay safe especially. All right, bye y'all.